everyone, this is Mistress Nightmare here, and I'm going to be continue reading Bloodglow, Chapter 6 of Jack the Killer Love Story. But before we get started, please hit that like button, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you guys want more creepypasta fanfictions out there. Until then, let's get started. Hope so. Point of view. It was Tuesday, and because I skipped school yesterday, my mom made me go today. I was doing my hair. I remember, was I going to visit his family? I sighed and put on a short black dress with skulls and black tights underneath so my butt didn't hang out. Then I did my makeup. I looked up in the mirror and approved. I just hoped that Jeff's family would like me. I sighed and felt lips against my neck. Hey, I smiled. He kissed me. You look extra beautiful today. I don't know that you didn't have to dress up if you didn't want to. I know, but I wanted to make a good impression. I tried sounding confident. Then I was actually very nervous. You don't have to worry about anything. They will all love you. Jeff hugged me. I wish I could hang out with you all day, but I have to go to school in like 20 minutes, I told him, and he sighed, giving me a sad puppy face. I shoved him and told him to knock it off. When I pulled him into a kiss. Better? I asked. Much. He winked. See you tonight, Hope? My heart fluttered out of my chest as I looked at my watch. Shit, I said, grabbing my brother and getting into my car keys and dropped off my brother in the front while I found a spot in the parking lot. I parked my black badass Dodge Challenger next to Stephanie's AP pink SUV. I laughed. At least I have one thing better than hers. I have nothing that an emo freak will like and you need to care about. I gritted my teeth. I'm not an emo. That's why you're wrong with being an emo. I played along. The boys laughed at each other. You don't have to cut your wrist or something. That's a way too far. I'll ask you once nicely. Leave them alone. The taller one looked at me and said, well, if I do this. He kissed Sarah and she tried to pull away, but he was too strong. Then, out of nowhere, Rich tackled him the kind to the ground. Stay off my girl, you asshole, he screamed and beat the shit out of him. Sarah started sit down, crying. I tried comforting her while the very two large boys put their hands over our mouths and they carried us to an empty warehouse. We are both tied up, sitting in the chairs. A guy looked around, about 21, and walked out of the shadows. Hey there, beautiful. He walked up to Sarah. Leave her alone, asshole, I shouted. Oh, there's another girl. I usually only get one girl. He walks over and sees that I'm wearing. You were right waiting for your boyfriend, he asked, and then laughed. Yeah, he's going to beat the shit out of you while he gets here. Feisty one. He laughed. I love it when they put up a fight. He walks over to me. Rick's point of view. I sat on the bully's chest, beating the shit out of him. Please stop. I'm sorry. Let me up, he cried. I didn't give a fuck if you're sorry, ass. I want to or not. I screamed, pounding my fist into his chest. I didn't realize the other two ugly asses stole my sister and my girlfriend. I got up and started yelling their names. Then I felt a cold hand on my shoulder. I looked to see a man who looked like about Hope's age, maybe a little older. He was wearing a white hoodie, black pants, as he was looking at the ground. Where's Hope? He asked. Why the hell do you care? I sneered at him. Oh, Ritz, I was hoping that Hope hasn't told you yet about us. He looked up and I saw a horrific sight. His face has been cut into a smile. No eyelids. Well, the went there to the big black ring around them. Stay the hell away from my sister. Oh, please trust me. I love her, he said. I don't know why, but for some reason I thought that he could help me find Hope and Sarah, so I let him help. Jeff's point of view. Me and Hope's brother were walking in complete awkward silence about 10 minutes, and then Rick looked at me and said, you know, this would be much cooler with a chainsaw. I laughed and gave him a nug. You're a funny kid, you know that? We laughed and we heard Hope scream. We ran to the abandoned warehouse where Rick's jaw dropped. Hope's point of view. Sarah was laying on the ground. She refused to take off her clothes, so they knocked her off. She was laying on the floor in her own blood. I screamed as he walked towards me with a sledgehammer. Then I saw Jeff burst through the door with Rick behind him. Jeff pounced on the man and slitting his throat, and then whispering, "Go to sleep," in his ear. Rick ran to Sarah's side. He picked her up bridal style and held her close. Tears stained his cheeks. Jeff untied me and we got out of there before anyone else could get their hands on us. We made it back to the school and I jumped into my car. Jeff drove because I was still shaken up by the fact I was almost raped. When we got to my house, Rick took Sarah to the hospital. Me and Jeff sat in my room. I looked in the mirror and I saw I had a bloody lip. Great, I said, leaning into Jeff's chest. It's not that bad, trust me. They wouldn't care. He reassured me. We watched TV until he looked at the clock. Are you ready? I took a deep breath. Yeah, I think so. We walked up to the edge of the forest. Are you scared? He asked me. No. Why do you ask? Because you're squeezing my hand. He laughed. We kept walking until we saw a mansion. We walked through the forest front door where I didn't see anything but Sally sitting on the ground playing with her dolls. Wait here. I'll get the others. He kisses me and walks away. I blushed because Sally saw us kiss and gave me a way to go smile, and then she came up and sat next to me. Hey, so I'm sorry about trying to kill you the other day, she said, as she's trying to act in a cute little voice. It's okay. It's part of your life for you guys. I would love to start over, though. She smiled and held out her hand, and I shook it. I'm Sally, but you already know that. I never catch your name, though. I'm Hope. I smiled. I felt something grab my shoulder, and I turned around to see, and he kissed me on the cheek. He looked like Link from Legend of Zelda. Then his friend gave him a high five. He was too big, brown eyes, no mouth. It seemed that he was wearing a mask, so I just kept my mouth shut. Then I saw Jeff run down the hallway and down from the stairs. Do either of you bozos know where Slendy is? He asked, and both of them nodded. You guys are so immature, he mumbled. Jeff, I know where she is. Sally, where he is. Sally shouted at him. Where? He asked. He's out hunting. She said it in a dark voice and then giggled. And why are you one of my favorites? He kissed her on the forehead and then grabbed my hand. Guys, this is Hope, he told the other two boys. Hope, this is Ben, he said, pointing to the guy who kissed me. And this is Jack, the one with the blue mask face. Oh, Jeff, darling, you don't need to introduce us to her, Ben said to Jeff, and then Jack looked at me. He's going about it and on about you. They laughed, and Jeff's face turned a tint of red. He was completely embarrassed. Well, we'll leave you two lovebirds alone, Ben said, mouthing, call me to him, and I flipped him off, and he winked. So, do you all live together, I asked? None of us have anywhere else to go, plus we all have the same hobby. He laughed. Then I saw something in the corner of my eye and jumped a little. I almost forgot the most important. He whistled, and a big husky with crazy smile ran up to him, paying no attention to me. Smile, this is Hope. If you hurt her, I will kill you. Smile turned and looked at me, and then he licked my head and nuzzled his head in my lap, and I laughed. He's so cute, I told Jeff. Yeah, I love him to death. Jeff stroked the big husky. Shit, it's getting dark fast. I looked out the window. You can stay here tonight. Text your mom and tell her that you're with Sarah in the hospital. I looked up at him and smiled. Are you sure? I confirmed. Positive. He kissed me and I texted my mom. Done, I said as he smiled and leaned in and kissed me, and then he held me on, led me to his room. You can stay here with me if you want. I nodded as we snuggled onto the bed together. I fell asleep on Jeff's chest. Halfway through the night, I realized he gotten up and put on his white hoodie and grabbed his knife. That's my Jeff the Killer, I said to myself as he walked out of the room. When I woke up, I was in an all-white room laying on the floor. Jeff? I yelled. No one replied. You won't see him anytime soon, a woman said.